Hi, welcome back SuperComputing fans. My name is Tyler and I'm reporting live at the SuperComputing show. We're right now in front of the APRO High Performance HPC Cluster Solution. Interesting to see what they're going to be talking about, and we're going to bring you more of the live coverage from the show.
About the pilot project, we're working with Lawrence Livermore National Lab to deliver 100 teraflops of compute power. The need for high-performance computing at Lawrence Livermore, obviously Lawrence Livermore is they're having goals of basically performing scientific and engineering simulations, and over the years they have procured a lot of clusters and a lot of computational power, and they're always looking for scientific computing leadership for the availability of stable, powerful, and well-balanced computational infrastructure. And they have always been making huge investments to provide high-performance computing equipment to satisfy these scientific and mathematical research at Livermore. The Peloton acquisition is for procuring state-of-the-art Linux clusters at the Open Computing Facility in Livermore. And we're looking for the ability to deliver a very large system to run scientific and physical simulations. And these clusters are going to be running these calculations at a very large scale. And the goal is to procure multiple Linux capability clusters to provide up to about 100 teraflops of compute power for scientific simulations. The Peloton cluster components we have selected for Livermore basically have four categories. We select AMD Opteron Socket F processor that when configured has about 38 gigaflops per compute node, and integrated memory controllers supporting DDR2 memory. The nodes are connected with InfiniBand DDR and connected with FAT3 full bisectional bandwidth, and the fabric uses 288 port and 24 port Voltaire InfiniBand switches. For hardware management, we use IPMI and BMC based supporting serial over LAN, and we have Gigabit Ethernet network also for hardware management and PXE diskless booting on the compute nodes. On the software, we support the 2.6 Red Hat based Linux. We support the Livermore's Chaos Linux distributions, and for InfiniBand we run OpenFabrics version 1.1, and for hardware management we run the free IPMI and Lustre for SAN storage. This is a picture of the Peloton architecture. Basically, we have four classes of compute nodes. Compute nodes being the ones that does the computations, and then the gateway nodes acts as a gateways for Lustre and FS storage, and the LSM are our lock-in nodes for the users to lock in and run the jobs, and RPS nodes are for the purpose of booting the compute nodes, which are diskless. So the RPS, you can see all four classes of nodes are connected with an InfiniBand network and Gigabit Ethernet management network, and the RPS and the LSM also have access to the Open Computing Facilities infrastructure network, and the gateways here has 10 Gigabit Ethernet fiber connecting Lustre and an NFS. The scalable unit concepts is based on a famous, B to F ratios, and the B to F ratio, what it means is a way to balance the bandwidth, balance between CPU power and memory bandwidth and I/O bandwidth. And so we want to build the clusters that using 1U 4-way dual-core AMD Opteron Socket F CPUs. And each CPU is connected directly to DDR2 memory, and that's the hypertransport links here in black, linking all the CPUs together. This particular compute nodes has option for either a PCI Express by 16 support or a hypertransport HTX connector. So For the I/O, we can either select QLogic HCAs or Mellanox HCAs, but in this procurement we selected DDR HCAs, which we connect over here. BMC is also supported, as well as 2 gigabit Ethernet and a serial port over here. Gateway nodes are very similar with the addition of a 10 gigabit Ethernet the network card plug into the second PCI Express by 8 slots. And the RPS nodes also very similar with the addition of a serial SATA RAID disk array to store the OSMH and the various patches. Okay, here's our Peloton timeline. The RFP was released on March 21st, and proposal was due on May 5th, and the Livermore selected APRO was awarded the Peloton project on June 27th, and on August 15th, AMD announced Socket F Opteron. They actually announced the availability of this new CPUs, and just 3 weeks later, we've delivered the first cluster, 576 node, and about another 2 weeks later, we delivered another 208 nodes cluster on September 21st. And in the middle of October, we start delivering the biggest of the 4 clusters, 1152 node Atlas. We're currently delivering Atlas, and in Q1 of next year, we are going to be delivering the last cluster, Minos, which is 864 nodes. And it's a couple of pictures of the 576 node cluster that we built on our production floor back in September. And this is a picture of about 18 racks all lined up for burn-in. And so it's a lot of racks, a lot of nodes.